All right. I think we're all set up. Guten Tag and welcome back to der Club. I am kind of shacked up today trying to avoid the storm. I live in California, and this weekend we were expecting some rain, but the rain came along with some high winds in the middle of the night last night. My greenhouse essentially exploded and is now scattered across the neighborhood. There's trees down everywhere. There's branches down everywhere. The power seems to be stable for the moment. We went through a few hours today where the power went off every 5 minutes or so, but from what I've seen around town, the electric company are doing a brilliant job. I lived on the East Coast for quite a while, and I've been through bunches of hurricanes that didn't do as much damage as we've had in this one little rainstorm this morning. The devastation around town is just immense. Partly because we've had so much rain this spring that the ground is so saturated that trees are they're just tipping over. They're in mud essentially. Nothing can hold them up. A little bit of wind and down they go. So, yeah, I'm just sitting here kind of keeping an eye on the weather, waiting for hopefully the wind to calm down enough that I can start to rebuild my greenhouse again before the rest of it blows away. So I thought we'd get a match in. So we've played a bunch of matches. We're on target, but it doesn't feel good. Yeah, well, let's take a look and see how things are going and see if they're going to get better in the near future. Okay, we can see, well, hold on here. Maybe we can't see. There we go. Now we can finally see. We can see kind of where the standings are right now. We are here in 13th. We've played 6 matches. We have 6 points. That's exactly where we need to be. We need essentially, again, we're looking at 35, 36 points to avoid relegation, and that means a point a match. So, in theory, we're okay. Things are according to plan. In reality, not as great. Let's look at the top here. We've got Bayern, Leverkusen, Gelsenkirchen, Hoffenheim, BMG, Stuttgart. Okay, those are our top 6. Stuttgart's played pretty well. These last 2 wins here have obviously helped them a lot. One against Wolfsburg, one against Frankfurt. The Wolfsburg one is a little bit surprising, but Wolfsburg is down in 17th place this year. So I don't know what happened to them, but they've clearly been underperforming this year. And the Frankfurt match is to be expected. Those are games that, at least according to the current standards, they should have won. However, nobody's really played a representative series of matches yet, so it's kind of hard to see how things are going to balance out. And on that note, let's take a look to see how ours have gone. So you can see right here, since the first match we watched, we played Freiburg. We've won that one. Freiburg is somewhere down around us. That's a match we should win. Hoffenheim, 0-0 tie. Bayern, we got our asses handed to us. I've never been beat so bad in this game. Now, granted, I've only got 320 matches-ish in, but it was embarrassing. I mean, just look at this. 4th, 15th, 16th. That 3 right there, and then another 2 more, 27th and 39th before the half goes on. And you'd think they'd back off. No, it didn't happen. It was frustrating. It was frustrating. So we went on to that to BMG. This was a match I think we should have won. They did have a man sent off. Can we look at... Wish there was an easier way to get to match stats. You can see right here we had 11 shots to 16. We did have 3 clear-cut chances, though, and could only get 1 goal out of their 1 clear-cut. So I feel like this should have been our game, and it just wasn't. Probably because we're on a little bit of a poor form, and so, players didn't quite do what they needed to do. Yeah, that was a little frustrating. So let's come back out of this one. So that one I felt should have been a win. We went on to Dusseldorf. Another 0. This one was a 0-0 tie. Whoops, we weren't trying to look at that. We actually want to look at the match. Let's come here real fast. And same thing. Match stats. 21 shots to 2. And we couldn't score a goal. Now, our finishing was horrible. None of these went off the woodwork. None of these were clear-cut chances. 14 were long shots, despite the fact that we played the entire match with the work ball into the box instruction on. They didn't give a fuck. Didn't care at all. Just kept shooting from long range. We weren't on attack. We were on control. But they just refuse to shoot the ball from a reasonable distance. And I don't, it's all season. We've seen it all season. I have no idea what's causing it right now. Went on to Gelsenkirchen. This one was a loss, 1-0. Again, this is a match we could have won. Gelsenkirchen was the better team this day, I think. But, you know, again, we had 2 off the woodwork. Easily could have gone in and we could have won. Granted, they had 2 off the woodwork and 4 clear-cut chances. This could have been a 4-0 game or a 4-1 game just as easily. But we played well enough to keep us in the match. This wasn't a blowout. You know, this was us playing well. And as you've noticed, Gelsenkirchen, BMG, Bayern, and Hoffenheim are all top 6, as is Stuttgart, who we play today. So, you know, we beat essentially the one team we should have beat, Freiburg. Everybody else we played pretty strong. We just, except for the Bayern match. We just can't quite get wins, and it just feels bad. Last match, we also had a couple injury issues. You can see now we've got Zayturbo and Vuletek were injured in the last game. Onuka's been injured for a little while. He's got another 4 to 5 weeks out. I like Onuka, but the injuries he's had, I think this is probably a deal breaker for us. We'll play him the rest of the season, and then I think we'll see if we can find a buyer for him next season. Vuletek, 2 to 4 days. He should be back for the next match. Zayturbo's out for another 3 weeks. Little frustrating. Foch still doesn't have a goal, but, you know, in fairness, nobody has goals on our shot. Look at this. Onuka has 1. Oh, those are assists. Onuka still has 1. Zayturbo has 1. Domenico has 1. So Kamada has 1. The mail lady's here, so my dog's going nuts in the background. I'm sorry. You'd think he was angry to see her, but he actually really does like her. He, I think, is upset he's not outside walking the beat with her. Anyway, we just haven't scored, and we haven't shot well. So today we've got Stuttgart. They're in 6th place. They're kind of playing above their station a little bit. So we're going to kind of see how that goes. Tactics-wise, we're coming in. We've mostly been playing this middle kind of 4-4-2 narrow diamond standard here just because of tactic familiarity. This is the one where we have both an attacking midfielder and a defensive midfielder. It starts in it starts in standard. But we've been mostly playing it in a control. We have done a little bit of counter. That's one of the bonuses about training these two is we're training some different tactics and stuff. So when we come in and we want to change our mentality or our passing style or tempo or whatever, we have a little bit more flexibility because they're training other things that are similar. So that's the idea anyway. 18-year-old. I've been scouring all the free agents and the out of contract players right now, looking for a left defensive winger, fullback, something along those lines. It's just not working out for us. I can only bring in free transfers at this point of the season. I haven't really found anything. I've brought in a couple players that we found just for either the youth or the Nuremberg 2 team because they're pretty bad at the moment. There's nobody waiting in the wings for us. We're not bringing up any talented players. So that's kind of about it at the moment. So let's see how this Stuttgart match goes. We need to get at least a point here today to stay on track. We are coming up into the weaker portion of the schedule. So we might be able to, if we don't get something here, it's not the end of the world. We might be able to pull some points up, in a couple games where we can get some wins and maybe kind of bring us back up to where I would like to be. But for now, we'll just see how we're going to go with it. I've got Foch up here as our target man. Domenico is set as a false 9, but he actually likes Trey Carista. Let's see, but he doesn't have... Readiness is good. Roll ability is not spectacular. How is he? Not any better really as an advanced forward. What happens if we swap those? Nope, they both suck at those. Okay, so that's where we're going to go. I'm going to leave the target man on support. Well, Yeah, I'm going to leave him on support. I'd like him to hold things up just a little bit in an attempt to get us in. I can't put the Trey Cariste on there. I probably should play him like as an advanced forward or something on support, but we'll give this a try. We'll give it a try. Otherwise, pretty standard. We've got Kirk up here. We've got Gennaro, Kamada in the middle. Let's swap Kamada back out for Vega. Vega's better, but Vega's played really badly lately, so we had swapped him out for a game. We'd also had to sit Kamada for a couple matches. He was really jaded. He needed a break. He played a bunch of matches in the international break, and so he came back pretty wiped out. So we'd had him in, but you can see he hasn't been spectacular. He didn't have this horrible match that some of these players have had. You see that drop? That was the Bayern 8-0 whooping. But we just haven't played well. So anyway, so we'll put Vega back in. Bayern playing back here. Seidel, Karabalios, Balasa, and Heiss. Balasa had played poorly, so I had actually subbed Vuletic in for him, but then Vuletic got injured almost instantly. We'd also been playing Dave Hoyt, who is probably our best defensive fullback, but he hasn't been playing well. He's a dirty player. He's been getting frustrated. He's been getting angry. He's been making mistakes. So we're going to sit him out for a couple matches, see how it goes. That required us to move Heiss over to the right, then we could bring in Seidel on the left. Also, we've had no attack from the left. I think from the left we've had no attack without Seidel in. So we're going to see if maybe our attack now, if we get some attack from Seidel, but maybe it drops off. Isa just, in theory he's better than Seidel, which is why he's in. In reality, they list Seidel as 2.5 and Heisa as 2, but for rollability right here. But looking in the numbers, Heisa should be better. He just isn't. So anyway, enough talking. Let's play a match. Let's see how it goes. We're on extended. We'll go to key. I've talked a lot. Let's put replays back on for goals. Slow that down. We'll go a little bit more than standard. Touch. Vice. Okay. We're only going after one guy hard. We're the underdogs every match. It makes it a little bit different. We'll assert that I have faith. Doesn't seem to matter. Nobody's buying it. They all think they suck. Morale's not terrible. I mean, we've got a couple fairly poors, mostly from guys that haven't played a lot. I don't know. Another match. After this is over, I've got to go knock on all my neighbors' doors to start collecting panels in my greenhouse. I managed to spot a few over the fences. I think there's only one I'm missing completely. I don't know if I can buy replacements or I'll have to make some. Normally I don't narrate this initial opening thing, but yeah, they got a goal. Pastor, by the way, has played great. That was not a great goal that he just gave up, but he has played very well with the exception of the Bayern match, and there was just nothing he could do in that one. Bad clear. Net feeds it right back in. I guess they said that was off of Bear. From that graphic, it looked like it went past him and went off our player, but it is what it is. Nothing like being down right away. Okafor goes into Bar. What's Bar going to do with it? Good shot by Jaksinic. Horrible defense by us. Goalie didn't really have a chance. It was well placed. That one was not Pastor's problem. There. Who's 19? Heisa playing badly. Like I said, he's just not good enough. I think our defense has played better, but not great. And we're down 2-0 to a Stuttgart team that came up with us. Now, Stuttgart has better finances. They've been able to better take advantage of the promotion than we have. But we played better than them in 2, so they can't be that much better than us. But short of the Bayern match, this is the worst we've looked. I kind of waited to this match. I was originally going to do the Gelsenkirchen match. I thought, no, we'll play a slightly worse team. We'll have a better chance of putting a win on film, but not happening so far. None of us are even looking at the ball. We're just letting it go wherever it wants, not even trying to stop people. That one went off the post. Heise clears it out the back for a corner. They've had 5 shots. We've had none. They've also had one off the woodwork, aside from their other 2 shots. So of the 5, 2 have gone in and 1's gone off the woodwork. Only 1's been off target. All right, let's see if we can get something going. Tolomeo, not a very good pass up, but it does get to Vega, up to Kirk. Kirk feeds it back to Tolomeo. Terrible pass, but we managed to get control of it again. Vega's got it. He feeds it up to Balassa, over to Foch. I don't know who Foch was sending up for. Foch is the target man. If he's ain't there, nobody else is there, and that's what we saw. It was pretty bad. So, Heise gives it into Foch. Foch back to Heise, up to Kirk. Plays it across the back to Gennaro. Over to Bayer, Vega, Kirk. Nice passing. Well, right up until that point when we just barely touched it and somehow thought it was going to sneak past people. But unlike our defense, they were paying attention. Karabalis feeds it directly to Hari up there. Just doesn't even bother trying to get to our... There's one place on the field that didn't have any of our players. That's where he kicked it. Up to Bar. Another one off the woodwork. Pastor had pretty good positioning. He might have stopped that one if it was actually close enough to have gone on goal. Let's see what happens here. Vega got the free kick up to Gennaro. Tolomeo to Foch. Oh, Foch has a chance. Oh, he gets a goal. Finally. Finally. He's gone like 16 or 17 matches without a goal. I'd actually played about 3 of these matches last night when the storm hit and the power went out, and I hadn't saved anything. And we lost it. In fact, that match... Foch had just got it a goal. Like, he got the goal, and literally 2 minutes of real time later, the power went out, and I went, oh crap, what did I say? So, and it happened much earlier in the season. So we'd actually played better the first time. The second time around, it hadn't gone our way, but we're doing okay. Karabalis is frustrated. Is there oh, no, that talk brought him down, relaxed and motivated. So hopefully that'll work. Yeah, I guess there's not much more to do. We'll go ahead and start the second half. Everybody's in the green as far as morale for that talk. We're still down by a goal, but at least Foch got something, so some positive. Hopefully that'll get him going. He's just had a horrible, horrible streak, and that's not going to help when you just stand there and let them walk away with the ball. It wasn't even a tackle. He just walked up, took it off his foot as he stood there not doing anything. Come on, Foch, do something. Well, it looked like got guys breaking all over the right side. Nobody there. Nobody there. Nobody even... Oh, my gosh. Makes a great first save, but Burke is there to finish it off. We are down 3-1. Just an absolute whooping again. Let's drop back to control. Quick highlight. Oh, that one was off the woodwork, too. It wasn't even a save. Our defense has been better, believe it or not. I know you're not seeing it in this match. You're seeing exactly what we saw last season, which is guys who get completely caught out. Well, hey, you may not see a win, but at least you're going to see one team playing really well, and that's Stuttgart. I like the town of Stuttgart. I spent a little bit of time there. I'm happy to see him playing well, but I'd just as soon it be against somebody else. Sue me. I think it's time for a substitution. Do we have anybody to go in for Bayer right now? Yeah, we'll put in Komada. See if he can turn things around. Who else is just... Well, everybody's played like garbage. Hoyt can go in. Beek can go in. I 3 players playing a 6.1. So we've made all our subs at 65 minutes. Probably going to bite us in the ass. We have had problems. We had a match where I think we either the 1-0 loss or 1-1 draw, where we had 2 injuries within the first 15 minutes, and so we had to use 2 of our subs, and so we couldn't really afford to sub people that were playing poorly and try to get somebody better. That really hurt. We've also missed a couple penalty kicks in this round, so those were some matches that we could have got points off of. So it's just been a real frustrating first kind of quarter of the season. And that's time. 4-1 ass whooping. We had 6 shots. I think we will assert that I'm far from pleased. That was a match that we should have been in. We've proven that we can play with better teams, well, with the exception of Bayern, but we've played with Gelsenkirchen, we've played with Hoffenheim, we've played with BMG. Stuttgart shouldn't have been the problem. Doesn't look like it dropped us a position. We're still in 13th. But, yeah. Not good. Well, on that note, I'm going to go back to scouring all the players that nobody wanted in hopes that there's some help for us out there. And, yeah. I hope you enjoyed it more than I did. If you did, give it a like. Give it a dislike if you hate it. Don't forget to subscribe if you'd like to see more. Share if you just want to let other people see how bad I am at this game. And feel free to comment. And we will talk to you later. We'll see you next time. Tschüss.